How you doing? I am Zach.
And I'm Tim. We are 50% of the band Rise Against from Chicago. We've been around for 25 years, and we've been playing Germany for all of those years. We have incredible fans here in this country, incredible fans around the world. We play, I don't know, aggressive punk and rock. All right, ready?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Deep breath.
That's a good place to start.
All right,
Let's go ahead and we'll start there.
Oh.
Ooh, the Salad Day 7-inch.
That's pretty cool.
Go.
What's so cool about this is that we sat on this porch in this picture. This is the Discord house in Washington, D.C. This record is so important to this band. This band made me want to play music. And so years and years later, we got to be friends with this gentleman, Brian Baker. And then Brian took us to the Discord house and we've sat on this porch and we've taken this picture, actually. Which is kind of, I'm gonna say, the peak of my career.
Oh man, we're listening now to Minor Threat's Stand Up.
He jams so many words.
He really does.
He's saying something's fucked up, something's not right. I came to have a good time and you came to fight. And he turns it into like 2 or 3 syllables.
It's like HR.
Yeah, yeah.
It's almost like rapping. Good. Let's put this up.
So I'll do it.
No, you got it? Oh, okay, okay. I like this.
So the songs on here, Minor Threat, Stand Up, Seeing Red, Bottle Violence, Small Man, Big Mouth, and Straight Edge. Minor Threat were like the first band to put like a word to the idea of living your life, rejecting alcohol, drugs, that kind of thing. And I'm sure Ian did not predict it becoming a phenomenon. But there were enough of us out there who didn't identify with the drinking and drug culture, right. And then he sort of unintentionally created like an anthem for it, and very quickly distanced himself from it. Right. You're talking to 2 straight edge kids today,
absolutely.
So it had a lot of influence. Yeah.
I'm gonna go in a little bit. Let's go in a little bit.
Go for it.
Okay. I've picked AC/DC Back in Black. I believe, and I might be wrong, the number one, if not then one of the most number one sold records of all time. I think it's up there with Eagles' Greatest Hits.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Dark Side of the Moon.
Produced by Mutt Lange.
Thriller, Michael Jackson Thriller. And what an amazing feat that was, because their famous lead singer had died. So this is the first record with Brian Johnson. And he had a lot to prove, because everybody loved Bon Scott that was on his way out. He passed away. So
a timeless record.
Such a timeless.
Like I think, and one of the best sounding records I think ever made.
Yeah.
I think most, you'll hear people checking PAs with this record. Yeah. Like most studios still reference this record for drum tones, guitar tones, all of it. Mutt Lange was kind of a genius.
And they just kept going. It was such a traumatic event, losing their singer. They got this guy from a band called Geordie, Brian Johnson from Wales, wasn't even Australian, which they're famously Australian, and made this record. And his voice, I'm going to play the opening track, the title song, Back in Black. It was such a mission statement. It was such a, we're back, this is what we are now. They didn't know it was going to be a success. They just wanted to make the record. And I remember being a kid and just hearing these riffs and hearing his voice. It was almost scary how good it was, how intense it was. Let's see. He said when he went to start the vocal, even he was like, whoa. And everybody in the studio was like, holy fuck.
So insane. 1980.
Yeah. What a fucking riff, too, man.
You can like hear all the instruments so clearly.
They didn't expect it to be as successful as it was. And so I've always just been so inspired by that.
Look at us, we're going through. Oh, Bikini Kill, the singles. One of the first, if not the most influential riot girl band from the Pacific Northwest. It was Kill Rock Stars, though this is Bikini Kill Records. I think Bikini Kill was probably one of the most influential all-female punk rock band. Mm-hmm. And what they did is they would not just talk about what it's like being a woman in society, but they would talk about what it'd be like being a woman even within like a punk scene, you know, and the struggles that came with that as well.
Damn it.
Oh, this is great. That was like the end of the...
The end of the last song. I'm getting better at this.
I don't know if this is the right speed.
Oh. Hang on. It says 45 RPM on the thing.
Yeah.
But it's a folding track. Oh.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Okay. Here we go.
All right, take two.
Try that again.
Mm-hmm.
I got another chance to try.
All right, this will be Rebel Girl by Bikini Kill. Yeah. Good. Nice work.
At the time, the punk scene was getting real creepy, real sort of sexual assaults and things like that happening. You know, once the lights were down and you're in a mosh pit or you're standing so close to people, you know, women were getting assaulted, and Kathleen Hanna and this band was calling that out, you know, in real time from stage, and that hadn't quite happened yet. And since then, you know, that needed to happen. There needed to be somebody pointing that out.
I think when Bikini Kill happened, it sort of like, it allowed a lot, it empowered a lot of women in the punk scene to assert themselves and say, we belong here, we belong up front, we belong in the pit, we belong dancing, we belong on stage, we don't belong in the background, you know? And I think that even in a punk scene that considers itself very progressive, like that was still controversial, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I think that there's been progress since then, but sometimes it's like a one step forward, two steps back kind of thing, you know, because we still have these problems, sexism in society leaks into a punk and hardcore scene as well. Yeah. So it's something that is timeless in that sense. You know, it always needs to be said. It never, you know, should be not said.
We're digging. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna pick Amyl and the Sniffers. Cartoon Darkness, which is such a great name. We recently made their acquaintance. We played a festival in Brazil, and they were lovely. Lovely. She's an amazing person, but God, what a frontman. Front person. Wow. I feel like in an era where the rock star, the classic, you know, that classic term of rock star is sort of gone the way of the buffalo. You have somebody like her that's just larger than life, you know, made of that stuff. And we need that, I believe. Yeah. I believe we need that nowadays. And man, she just, you know, she'll just go on and she has everybody in the palm of her hand. You know what, we're just gonna go with this first song. This is called Jerkin, which is a great name.
And probably somewhere in the lineage of like something Bikini Kill started.
Absolutely.
Yeah, one could argue.
Absolutely. Also good riffs. Great riffs.
Totally. The first lyric was, "You're a dumb cunt, you're an asshole."
I love it when somebody sings with their accent too. You know what I mean? Like, you can tell she's from Australia.
You are ugly all day, I am hot always. I'm getting that tattoo.
Fucking genius.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Gablin.
I feel like we're gonna get to it eventually.
No, we're gonna get to it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Black Flag, Damaged. This is an important record for anybody in the punk scene, anybody getting into punk and hardcore.
Absolutely.
These are one of the godfathers, the Mount Rushmore of punk. For everybody in our band, we have covered songs from this record. We have listened to this record a lot. This band and its connection to Rise Against is that Rise Against has made 6 records with the producer Bill Stevenson, who was the drummer of Black Flag, not on this record, but he was the drummer of Black Flag for a long time on many records. And so it's always been fun to be with Bill and get great Black Flag stories, you know.
Oh, this intro. This intro sounds like, you know, something fucked is about to happen. I think Bill described it as a serious ill will toward humanity, and I couldn't describe it any better. It explodes when it comes in.
It's gonna hold me, passion. Can't make me, passion's gonna hold me, passion. It's gonna kill
me. So a fun fact: we were getting tones on on this record with our producer Catherine Marks, and it was me and Barnes, our drummer, Brandon Barnes, and our bassist Joe Principe. And it's not a song on this record, but we were going through the Black Flag song, Jealous Again. And one of the reasons we chose her, she's not, you know, she doesn't come from our background, and which is a good thing. But we were playing a Black Flag song, and she was like, she goes, "Wow, is that one of yours?" And I said, "Oh no, Catherine, in our culture, this is the alma mater. You know, this is our Pledge of Allegiance." And it's true, you know, they are sort of the torchbearers for all of us, I would say. You got some good ones here, man. So we're picking Bob Dylan. This is Blowing in the Wind, which I would take is, you know, one of his classic acoustic folk songs that he has electrified.
The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind.
It's live. It sounds amazing.
Yeah. Such a good tempo. Like. I got into Dylan late, and then I really started to appreciate, you know, him as an artist, for sure, like someone who was constantly changing what he was doing, even like listening to this version,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he's purposely fucked with it, you know what I mean? Like, giving you a different, and this was in 1978, he was already fucking with it.
Sure.
And then he would go on to fuck with it even more. But then Dylan was an example of like a folk hero who could inject politics into music and still be like extremely commercially successful, you know? Like, I feel like there are people that are polarized when they hear music that has politics in it. And sometimes they'll even say like, you know, keep your politics out of my music or whatever it is, like less talk, more rock kind of thing. But we forget that there are hugely successful, timeless commercial artists who never sacrifice success for politics, or like vice versa.
Always political. And well, that song was political.
Right, yeah. So like I feel like people like Dylan gave bands like us like permission to, you know, to don't don't check your opinions at the door
Yeah.
when you pick up a guitar or whatever. You can talk about these things, you can sing about these things. And he showed us that there's an audience for it. There are people that are hungry for, you know, commentary on life. Mm-hmm. Thanks for having us. Thanks for bringing records.
Cool.
Hope you got a little insight to us and music we listen to and like.